It's the home team out first, led out by Tommy Rhodonicus, the Australian scrum half, and the team is as chosen, interestingly, with John Dorahy in the centre. An 80-minute footballer, Tommy Rhodonicus, captain of Western Suburbs, the Australian scrum half, a man who never knows when to say die and never does. Greg Oliphant, former Brisbane player, leads out the Balmain side, which again is as chosen, with Steve Lavers back in the second row, having been injured a couple of weeks ago. It's a full-strength Balmain team for this important Saturday game. And is this the heir apparent to Tommy Rhodonicus's position as Australian scrum half? Greg Oliphant, number 7, captain of Balmain, an Australian tourist in 1978, and a man who's had a big impression on his new club. Referee Don McDonald signals the start of play, and Dorahy kicks off for Wests. And it's back to Balmain's Lesmar, the 5'8". The game is underway. Reg Gasnier.
Should be very close, John. I'm expecting a very tight game. We know Western Suburbs have got strong forwards, and I believe they will be the tactics of Roy Masters to get stuck in the Balmain very early in the forward pattern. No doubt Ronnie Willie would turn around and say to his players, right forwards, get on top, but let's use these brilliant backs that we have. And I feel that's the way the game's going to go.
Well, that looked very dangerous for Balmain early in this game, and my apologies to lock forward Gary Spears, whom I called the 5'8" Lesmara when he fielded the kick-off. But it's Balmain defending now, but in possession, only a few metres out from their own line, and there's the first penalty of the game. And it's gone again, second row forward, Bob Cooper of Western Suburbs. Penalty to Balmain and a relieving kick. Greg Oliphant, I'm sure, the captain of the Balmain side, would have been very happy to receive a penalty in that situation. And that's a towering punt from McMahon. Very good kick indeed, taking play to within 10 metres from halfway. Oliphant, the captain and scrum half, with the free kick, and it went through Marino, the hooker, and then on through one of the prop forwards, Grant. It's out to the backs again. Picked up by Grant, who handles for a second time, and that's Levinskus. And away to Bendel in the centre, and now it's Corowa. Corowa not far from the Western Suburbs quarter line. Balmain just outside the Western Suburbs quartered out, and moving that ball nicely. McMahon in from full-back, and that's Wigham knocking it on. It's Western possession through Mosley, and out to the wing now, where Western Suburbs winger Wayne Smith took the tackle. There's Boyd taking the ball up into the ruck for Western Suburbs. And what a big tour Les Boyd had for Australia in England and France last year. One of the form players of Sydney football. Western possession. 10 metres on their own side of the halfway line. Out now to Clausey, the big prop forward. An Irish name, Clahessy, but he told me that his family calls it Clausey. And that's the way it's pronounced here, he says, in Australia, so Clausey it is. But it's Balmain now, back in possession. Wayne Wigham playing the ball. Close to the Western Suburbs quarter. Oliphant looking for somebody on the blind side. Now it's back towards Spears. And that's only a few metres outside the Western Suburbs quarter line. Now it's the hooker, Marino, playing it back now. And it's gone through Mara to Spears, standing wide on the blind side. Spears is close to the quarter line. Back to Marino, and there's no opening there in that Western Suburbs ruck. Grant at dummy half. Oliphant switching it to Mara, and then out to Levinskus, playing against his former club, Mick Levinskus, on the Western Suburbs quarter line. Back from Bendel to Mara, and now McMahon in the attack to Wigham, and Wigham has put it down, but the referee says it was a knockback and 6 tackles on Balmain. That's the first scrum of the match to Western Suburbs. And it was Boland in from the wing, playing against his former club Balmain, and now it's Dorahy, just inside the Western Suburbs quarter line. And it comes to the winger still in there, Boland, and now Rhodonicus to O'Grady, Dorahy. Nicely to the other centre for Western Suburbs, who's making a good run. That's Ron Broderick. Almost to the quarter line on Balmain's end of the ground. Good work by Western Suburbs.
A good piece of attacking football there, and well, it was John Dorahy with the instigator of that movement. Dorahy has got a lovely step. Brought the Balmain defence right in, and gave Broderick the overlap, and he did very well to carry the play down.
It's an untidy scrum, and there's going to be a penalty, and it's against Balmain. John Dorahy with the penalty goal attempt for Western Suburbs. And he's kicked it. First points to West, and it's 2-0. Greg Oliphant kicks off, and it's Western Suburbs. Oh, and that ball was touched by Spears before it had gone 10 metres. That's another penalty to Western Suburbs. Dorahy this time kicks for the touchline and finds it some 12 metres short of the quarter on Balmain's end of the ground. Well, footballers should not make that sort of mistake. They know the kick-off rules, and it was rather foolish of Spears to touch that ball before it had gone 10 metres. And a Western Suburbs player hurt, left on the ground. Play going on. Played back by Rod Morris, former Queenslander, and passed to Oliphant, and then through Labors out wider where it was lost by Balmain. Regained, and so the referee is going to order the scrum.
It looks like Les Boyd is the injured West player, and it'd certainly be a blow if he's unfit.
Now it's Lubinskas to play the ball. Play resumes with that play the ball by Lubinskas, and on to Oliphant, and then Labors. Oh, that's a solid tackle by Bruce Gibbs on Labors. Now from Marino at dummy half to Oliphant on the blind side. And that's Morris, Rod Morris, prop forward. Oliphant. And through Mara to Bendel. Long one to Wigham. And on the wing, Miranda. And almost intercepted by Les Boyd as it went back in field. The tackle count restarts. Touched by Boyd. And here's a good line out from Balmain. They've got plenty of support. That's Corowa. Corowa can't get out of the tackle. And it's a loose pass. And Ray Brown onto the loose ball for Western Suburbs. And a let off there. And fisticuffs between Corowa and O'Grady. There's a touch judge on the field. Corowa and O'Grady having a bit of a set to out there. And the referee has gone out there to hear the touch judge's report, and O'Grady and Corowa will be called out.
It's very obvious there's a lot of feeling out there between the two sides, and well, what a let off for Western Suburbs. Corowa had that ball, and if he was able to get out of that tackle, then it would have been shut the gate, because the West defence found it difficulty in getting across to cover him. But there's a tremendous amount of feeling, and well, let's hope it settles down.
And there's Mick Lubinskas coming off the field, and that's a blow for Balmain. Mick Lubinskas, former Western Suburbs footballer, carried off the field in the first game against his former club. Now it's a scrum just outside West's quarter line. West in possession. Les Boyd, who got very quickly off the base of that scrum, looks okay now too. Rodonicus at dummy half, and Clausey. Jack Jeffries at dummy half, Rodonicus. And out wide towards the wing. Well taken in there by the West winger Wayne Smith, who had almost overrun it. Rodonicus, Gibbs. Did well to get back onto that ball. Now it's back through Mosley, and the referee is awarding a penalty. And it's against the Balmain player. Steve Fruin has gone on for Balmain as Western Suburbs take the penalty kick. Steve Fruin, wearing number 20, is on for Balmain in place of the injured Mick Lubinskas. But it's West in possession, 10 metres outside the Balmain quarter line. Another mistake. Well, both teams guilty of handling errors in the early part of this game. Penalty against Balmain. John Dorahy's kick finds the line just short of halfway. West will have the free kick now. Jeffries takes the free kick, and that's Gibbs on the burst. Over the solid tackle. Good tackle, and the ball lost by Gibbs, and another penalty. The referee indicating the ball was punched out of the player's hands after the tackle, and it's a penalty to West. And Gibbs not too well after that solid tackle.
Yeah, three of the Balmain forwards right into him, and it was a great tackle. Gibbs is going to be a danger to Balmain, and well, that's the way to treat him.
Again, Doherty has found touch. Now the free kick, and that's Clausey. And he too runs into that stone wall of Balmain defence. And forced back several metres in that tackle. Now it's Cooper, second row forward, and oh, bad handling once more. Giving possession away. Balmain in possession. Back near the Balmain quarter line. That looks like Morris. Prop forward. And a penalty against West now. Inside the 5 metres, and they play the ball. McMahon's kick for the touchline is a very good one again. Very powerful kicker. Larry Corrowa up to gather the ball, and it's Oliphant with the free kick. And on through Marino to Oliphant again. Coming up the middle, Spears, and backing up Mara. He's got support, that's McMahon. What an excellent try. McMahon in for the first three-pointer, and it's 3-2 in favour of Balmain.
They don't come much better than that. That's a beautiful team try, and obviously a planned move. Starting from Oliphant, moving around now, McMahon out wide. Oliphant showing the ball. The ball, he did very well to get it to Mara there, and McMahon, no one marking him, no West defence. That's a great team movement, straight up the centre.
I like the job that Mara did here. Oliphant started it off, of course. Spears, a good run there. But look at Mara, positioned beautifully to take that ball, and doesn't he position McMahon nicely too, after drawing the fullback Mosley, and he gave McMahon that clear run. From right in front, Wayne Miranda adds the extra points, and it's 5-2 in favour of Balmain. John Doherty takes the kick off for Wests. Back to Oliphant this time. And he's taken by his opposite number, Tommy Rhodonicus, and those two were teammates on the tour of England and France last year. Very good mates when they're off the field. Marino taking the tackle, not far from the halfway line. Still Balmain side. And this is Fruin, the replacement for Lubinskas. And there's a Balmain player on the ground hurt. Looks like Dennis Bendel. Play goes on. Marino, not far from halfway. Bendel behind the play is getting back to his feet. Oliphant. Tactical kick there for the line, but he's misjudged it, and it's out on the full. Oliphant feeds, and it's another Balmain ball through Mara to Bendel. Caught by O'Grady and Doherty once more, and given a target there by Doherty as well. Now through Oliphant to the second row of Labors, right on the halfway line. Balmain leading by 5 points to 2. Western Suburbs home game, West having not lost at Lidcombe Oval since 1977. But they're behind at the moment, 5-2.
And they're not tackling either. Western Suburbs will need to put the Balmain men on the deck.
This is Bendel in the centre. Wigham. And that was a good tackle by centre Broderick. Wigham unmarked. Takes play into Balmain's half. And he's lost it. Balmain in possession again through Wayne Smith, the winger. Now from Jeffries to O'Grady, who played lock forward for Western Suburbs most of last season, in the 5/8 position this year, and he told me before the game that he doesn't mind where he plays as long as it's in first grade. Les Boyd, back to Smith. Doherty, a dummy half. Rhodonicus and Cooper, second row forward. There's Jeffries, Rhodonicus, O'Grady, Gibbs. Oh, loose one indeed. Oh, Mosley tried to get a backdoor support there, but it's Mara coming through for Balmain. About 10 metres on west side of the halfway line. Balmain back in possession now. Oliphant, Bendel. Gibbs and Clausey, the two prop forwards in that tackle for West. Now it's Oliphant again. The dummy.
Oliphant's playing well too. He's running across there, looking for the support. Do you notice how he was showing the ball and getting the Western Suburbs defence out of position? He's playing well.
Oliphant again, and now Grant. Oh, good tackle from Brad Cooper. Or Bob Cooper, at least. Marino. And from Oliphant across to Mara. Bendel. McMahon's in the line, but well taken. A penalty against Balmain. And the referee indicating that the man of fault was Marino. Rodonicus with the tap penalty. Quick one to Boyd. And to Dorahy. Dorahy down over the halfway line. A good run. Where's the support? He's got Smith on the wing. Smith to the quarter line. Back now to Broderick. Inside the quarter line on Balmain's end of the ground. No support close enough to Dorahy when he made that break. Now it's Rodonicus inside the quarter. What a tough little fellow. Plays so much above his weight, Tom Rodonicus. Back to Jeffries at dummy half. O'Grady. Cooper. On to Gibbs. Clausey. There's support out there. That's Cooper, the second row forward. Now it's Mosley in the attack. And out to the wing. Boland. Back inside to Smith, the other winger. And they're still about 10 metres or so out from the Balmain line. Cooper from dummy half. 5 metres out from the line. Western Suburbs close, trailing by 5 points to 2, and there's going to be a penalty. The ball knocked out of the hands of the man before he could play the ball. John Dorahy with his second penalty goal attempt. It's an awkward one, and he's missed it this time. Out to the right, no goal. 15 minutes before half-time, it's still 5-2 in favour of Balmain. McMahon's kick, a long one again, well back over the halfway line, and this is Smith. Left winger for Western Suburbs, and a good run too. Almost 10 metres into Balmain's half. Ray Brown from the second row for West, and a penalty. Offside play by Balmain. John Dorahy with the long-range penalty goal attempt. Breeze blowing awkwardly. Dorahy's hit it well, and he's kicked it. That's another first-rate goal by John Dorahy, and it's 5-4 in favour of Balmain. McMahon's kick-off. Right back to the goal line. In fact, it's going to go dead. Over touch in goal, which means it'll be brought out to the quarter line where Western Suburbs will be allowed the tap. It's 5-8 O'Grady taking the tap from the quarter line for Wests. Met by that wall of defence once more. Jeffries to Gibbs. Hitting the line again pretty hard, but it's very good tackling from Balmain. From Rodonicus to Mosley, the fullback, but straight into the arms of winger Miranda. And now it's McMahon, the fullback. Mara. That's about 12 or 13 metres on west side of the halfway line. Oliphant. Spears. That went backwards, that ball. No knock on. It's still Balmain in possession, 10 metres short of the Western Suburbs quarter line. And they're looking to strike back now, following that penalty goal by John Dorahy. This is Morris, and he's inside the quarter line. Not good defence from Western Suburbs, but a great run by Morris. Balmain through Oliphant to Mara. Mara, not far out, throwing a loose pass. The referee has ruled knock on. It's Rodonicus feeding. Rodonicus to play it after West winning that ball from the scrum. And it's Dorahy in the centre. Held by Bendel and Corowa. Clausey coming on the burst there. Clausey unmarked, and they play the ball. Now he's got rid of it, and through Rodonicus it goes. Out to Brown, second row forward. Back to Rodonicus. Mosley, the fullback, charged down by Balmain. And it's Balmain in possession. Bendel on the quarter line. Now from Oliphant to Marino, the hooker. Wiggum, Morris. That's the Western Suburbs quarter line. Balmain leading by 5 points to 4. Through Mara to Oliphant. And flick back inside to Spears, and he's out of a tackle. That's only about 10 metres out from the line. Just a little more than that. Oliphant's at dummy half. Spears, and out wide it goes to the second row forward and back into Mara, and Mara has put the ball down right underneath the crossbar. Another good team effort, and it's Balmain 8 leading West. And the referee indicating that the man of fault was Marino. Rodonicus with the tap penalty. Quick one to Boyd. And to Dorahy. Dorahy down over the halfway line. A good run. Where's the support? He's got Smith on the wing. Smith to the quarter line. Back now to Broderick. Inside the quarter line on Balmain's end of the ground. No support close enough to Dorahy when he made that break. Now it's Rodonicus inside the quarter. What a tough little fellow. Plays so much above his weight, Tom Rodonicus. Back to Jeffries at dummy half. O'Grady. Cooper. On to Gibbs. Clausey. There's support out there. That's Cooper, the second row forward. Now it's Mosley in the attack. And out to the wing. Boland. Back inside to Smith, the other winger. And they're still about 10 metres or so out from the Balmain line. Cooper from dummy half. 5 metres out from the line. Western Suburbs close, trailing by 5 points to 2, and there's going to be a penalty. The ball knocked out of the hands of the man before he could play the ball. John Dorahy with his second penalty goal attempt. It's an awkward one, and he's missed it this time. Out to the right, no goal. 15 minutes before half-time, it's still 5-2 in favour of Balmain. McMahon's kick, a long one again, well back over the halfway line. And this is Smith, left winger for Western Suburbs, and a good run too. Almost 10 metres into Balmain's half. Ray Brown from the second row for West, and a penalty. Offside play by Balmain. John Dorahy with the long-range penalty goal attempt. Breeze blowing awkwardly. Dorahy's hit it well, and he's kicked it. That's another first-rate goal by John Dorahy, and it's 5-4 in favour of Balmain. McMahon's kick-off. Right back to the goal line. In fact, it's going to go dead over touch-in goal, which means it'll be brought out to the quarter line where Western Suburbs will be allowed the tap. It's 5-8 O'Grady taking the tap from the quarter line for Wests. met by that wall of defence once more. Jeffries to Gibbs. Hitting the line again pretty hard, but it's very good tackling from Balmain. From Donicus to Mosley, the fullback, but straight into the arms of winger Miranda. And now it's McMahon, the fullback. Mara. That's about 12 or 13 metres on west side of the halfway line. Oliphant, Spears. That went backwards, that ball. No knock on. It's still Balmain in possession, 10 metres short of the Western Suburbs quarter line. And they're looking to strike back now, following that penalty goal by John Dorahy. This is Morris, and he's inside the quarter line. Not good defence from Western Suburbs, but a great run by Morris. Balmain through Oliphant to Mara. Mara, not far out, throwing a loose pass. The referee has ruled knock on. It's Redonicus feeding. Redonicus to play it after West winning that ball from the scrum. And it's Dorahy in the centre. Held by Bendel and Corrowa. Clawsey coming on the burst there. Clawsey unmarked and that play the ball. Now he's got rid of it, and through Redonicus it goes. Out to Brown, second row forward. Back to Redonicus. Mosley, the fullback, charged down by Balmain. And it's Balmain in possession. Bendel on the quarter line. Now from Oliphant to Marino, the hooker. Wigham, Morris. That's the Western Suburbs quarter line. Balmain leading by 5 points to 4. Through Mara to Oliphant. And flick back inside to Spears, and he's out of a tackle. That's only about 10 metres out from the line. Just a little more than that. Oliphant's at dummy half. Spears, and out wide it goes to the second row forward and back into Mara, and Mara has put the ball down right underneath the crossbar. Another good team effort, and it's Balmain 8 leading West.